Let's take Darth Vader to the night market now.
Some fried chicken, please. Some fried rice, fried rice.
It is without a doubt that Midjourney is by far the best text-to-image generator.
And they have just released their latest version, 5.1.
Damn right.
More detailed, higher quality, more artistic.
And sharper images. And today we're gonna put it to the test. Compare 5 versus 5.1. And why are we doing that?
Because we have to pitch a project to Snapchat and we need some mockups.
And we suck at drawing, and we know a lot of you guys do too. So let's find out if we can make this fucking work.
Let's go.
First prompt. Meditating panda wearing a robe, green solid background, 3D cartoon style.
So definitely this was our first prompt, and I can say that the 5.1 is quite different from 5. 5.1 is more artistic, definitely more detailed, higher resolution, I would say. There are still problems with the feet. What do you think?
I think there's a lot more character in
Yeah.
5.1. If you compare 5 and 5.1 with the same prompt, the one at 5.1 reminds me of Kung Fu Panda. With the same prompt, I'm getting something a lot more natural or a lot more realistic in terms of its eyes. If you look at the marks around the eyes, you can see the fur. Whereas the one on the right looks more like a toy. And even the paws and the feet, they don't make sense. Like the one on 5.1, okay, I get it. It's not accurate, but at least it looks better. Compared to the one at 5, there's green hands, so the robes actually became the hands, which is weird. And the feet, they look a little bit like alien feet to me. So for the next prompt, we did something really cool. We decided to check out all the different versions of Midjourney, starting from version 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 5.1, to see all the fucking differences between them. And the differences are honestly fucking...
And we did it with a very simple prompt. We just said meditating panda. Oh my god, version 1 is horrible. Fuck.
This is version 1. I don't even fucking see a panda. There was this ice cream we used to have back in our country in Iran. And if you remember the ice cream when it melted
like
in summer, it was supposed to have a face. Was it a panda face?
Yeah, supposed to be, I think.
Yeah, but it melted and it looked exactly like this. There's no sign of panda aside from the fact that it's black and white. So
Yeah.
it's a big fail. This is version 2. You can see a little bit of a panda in this, especially at the bottom left and bottom right. There is some,
Signs of panda, but I would say still it's a fail.
but it is in the meditating pose.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
there's the eyes, the ears, and all that, but it's still definitely not a pass. Version 3, there is more detail for sure. You know, it's definitely stylized, but you can see the effort being made. I still don't see a huge difference.
It's like
between
a
2
combination
and
of
3.
a cat and a panda. You
Yeah.
see the figures.
But why are they? It looks like a priest, like
Because
like
you say meditating, so probably they relate it to being a
maybe,
priest. Yeah.
maybe. Okay, then we have
Big
version
change.
4.
There's a huge change. It's like a revolution happening over here.
Yeah, version 4 is definitely like realistic. You have, you know, different environments now. We didn't even ask for it to be created. We just said meditating panda. But of course you have some issues as well. You do have the ears that have different sizes. They don't really look like panda ears. But it's definitely getting a lot of the parts like it's meditating. You can see the hands, right? You can see the cinematic lighting. All of those stuff are great. When we make a jump to version 5,
I mean, the style changed, but the details are
perfect.
great. Yeah, the details are great.
it's spot on. Definitely not a realism style, but we didn't specify it.
Yeah.
It chose its own path and went for cartoonish, like 2D sketch, but it's nailed every single one generation. If you look at the coloring on this one, if you look at the lighting around the edges, you look at the panda's face, it's just perfect. There's nothing wrong with it in my opinion. And it's the same for everything else. And now we jump to 5.1, the latest version. Just wow. 5.1 understands that you said meditating panda, provides you with an environment that looks like the panda should be meditating in, and that is a relaxing environment like a forest with leaves floating in the air.
That's
and there's
crazy,
these
actually.
god rays coming from the back to demonstrate the vibe of meditation. And on top of that, you've got the panda wearing necklaces and even a little bit of
Props and accessories like the
it's fucking, sorry about the light. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Just look at the level of detail that it's gone through. And not to speak of the fact that it's chosen different art styles. You have the fully 3D version on the top right. You got one that looks a little bit like watercolor.
Watercolors, yeah.
On the top left, you got one which is 2D flat
Scale,
art
yeah.
on the bottom left. And the bottom right, you got a mix of 3D and watercolor, like paintbrush. So it's got every style on its own. It's more, I think this is one of the things they mentioned about it being more opinionated, and it likes to explore different versions based on the prompt you give it. So I believe the shorter the prompt, it tries
It
to
has
take
more
that.
freedom to go and try different art styles. Probably.
When you say meditating, it realizes, okay, meditation has many different categories, you know, associated with it, and it tries to explore that, which is just amazing. And we have another one from 5.1. You can see it's explored multiple different options, and all of them look great. There's like, almost aside from the pause, usually I don't see any other issue. Like, it's the only thing is the pause that it's not getting right. Next prompt.
Let's go.
This is another meditating panda 3D art, and the reason I wanted to show you guys this is actually a huge difference. On the right we have 5, and on the left we have 5.1. You see, just by saying 3D art and meditating panda, in the 5th version you have no background almost. It's like plain. Whereas on the left side in 5.1, it's created once again different backgrounds and environments that might match a meditating panda, and it's done a marvelous job. Like, look at this guy. Look at the one at the top left. Look at that thing at the
Behind
back.
it, it's like a Chinese temple sign or like an Indian temple sign.
It's fucking crazy. And look at, it's like wearing armor, and the armor again, paws look fucked up, but everything it looks so great.
Oh,
Oh, you're not ready
for the next prompt, we want to play around a little bit. So we thought today is May the 4th, and we played with Star Wars. So Darth Vader is going to wear
Indian clothes. Oh my god, dude. Look at this shit. It's genius.
Oh my god, they should have made a prequel from Darth Vader wearing all these Indian clothes.
I would have never even guessed this is what Darth Vader would look like. But before showing our excitement, let's take a look at the differences between 5.0 and 5.1. And there is a big difference.
I think we should change the name to Vader Khan.
Vader Khan? That would be funny, yeah. Can you tell the difference?
The style of the Indian clothes,
No.
I would say the detail.
There's a huge difference, like staring you in the eyes.
Oh, is it the helmet? No.
Yes. If you look at 5.0, although it looks great, if you go back to 5.1, the detail in the helmets, 5.1 versus 5.0, you can see the slight difference when it comes to the detail. In 5.1, I believe it's done a better job at finding out what the Indian culture in terms of clothes is, and that's why the helmet is also affected.
This is not enough. Let's take Darth Vader to the night market now. Yo, Darth, 2 rice, please. 2 rice. Darth, more chicken. Can you put some gravy on?
Some fried chicken, please. Some fried rice, fried rice. Darth Vader in night market serving food.
But honestly, I think both of the prompts look great here. I don't see big differences. So I don't know what makes...
I do see one difference,
What
actually.
is it? The
Okay, so let me
colors?
tell you. If you look at the 5.0 version, it just used Darth Vader. Whereas in 5.1, it's realized that this is Star Wars and actually put a stormtrooper in the back.
Oh,
Even though we
okay.
didn't ask for it, 5.1 was smart enough to understand this is a Star Wars universe and add a stormtrooper to add to the scene. Because that's maybe something you didn't think of. It's done that for you. I want you to understand one thing. The lighting, look at his helmet. That's exactly the kind of reflection you're going to be getting if you have Darth Vader standing at a night market. Because just look at the bulbs at the back.
Yeah.
Those are the light bulbs around the night market. You're seeing that reflection on his helmet, which is why this looks so fucking realistic. Read 5.1, in some areas you're going to see the difference, and the difference is going to be it being smarter in understanding your prompt and sometimes having sharper and better image quality. And we saw that with the panda example. But here, looking at the Darth Vader, we couldn't really tell the difference, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it might work out for you, sometimes it might not. In the comments, do let us know if you guys have access to Midjourney, if you played around with it. We'd love to see some of the creations you guys have. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's fucking video.
See you guys tomorrow.
Ciao.